up my controller real quick. Alright, we're back. Oh, this is a cool spray. I like this. Give me one moment as we...
I'm good. Oh, Discord.
Takes so long.
Discord.
It's so long.
Let's see what we get. Not much. This is a cool stretch spray though. Alright, we're in a match. Not a fan of Junkertown. Ugh, okay. Or on the fence as well. It's not bad on the fence, but okay.
They got a widow. Careful.
Alright, we're gonna play Mage here. Should hold her off well, especially with our Diva. Our Diva will work well here with her ultimate being able to freeze a ton of people if played right. And then also we have Bastion, which is gonna hold well. And we actually might have a Pocket Mercy in Anna. The enemy spawn is honestly held pretty well here. As long as we keep high ground, everything should be alright. Especially the power of Mei here can just wall them into their spawn easily. So this map is all about pushing the payload, and it actually is usually favored in the defense's favor. Oh, they also have a man. So we're able to wall off the enemy team here. And actually get 2 kills, actually. Nice. Sending off well. pretty revived by the Mercy. We do the same thing here while the Moth's in the team. So anytime they decide to rush in, we can wall them off just like this. We're all able to end up on the Ryan. If we can actually get him. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got the Mercy, that's nice. And we can just pull him off. Luckily, our D.Va is also able to hold off the ball up top. And we can just punish people too far up like that May. And now I'm ready to use my ultimate. Alright, Ryan starts to push forward, we punish this. Just like this. Oh. Okay, I'm dead. They have a junk shot now. A very high damage bomber. So I'm on my way back. Looks like they win this team fight with a Ryan Nano Shatter. Okay. However, this does mean they're 2 ults down for pushing the payload. They also have a Roadhog now, a almost instant kill character. So just like this, I might be able to drop it down on top of them. Be able to kill the Ryan. The soldiers walled off, but oh, she actually did get the res on me, so I'm able to come back and punish the soldier. Oh, never mind. I keep forgetting to use my secondary ability, which is a self-heal. I'm actually going to change here into a Tracer.
This was better.
So this character is very speedy and able to get behind the enemy lines very easily. However, she is very, as you see, heavily punished. And she just feeds off big targets like this Roadhog. And that Roadhog is down. So Tracer is a very in and out character. You don't want her to be up front. And anytime you need extra bit of health, you can just recoil yourself out of the fight. There's never really a dull moment in which you're playing Tracer. So her ultimate is just a bomb, which you just throw. Here, see that Tracer is that she just quickly zips right across. And she's actually able to keep up with big tanks like this, who are normally hard to kill. And with this Winston using his final, but it doesn't do enough because all of our team is focused on him. All we have to do is hold for 1 more minute. Oh, okay, walked right into that one. Jughead is pretty brutal with 9 times out of 10 almost one-shotting Tracer. And with that damage buff of the enemy of Mercy, he can one-shot her. So I'm able to help our Ana out. She gets ball of swept. And see characters like this Tracer has no problem with keeping up with. Just like that, there's my pulse bomb, however it's not a big deal. So maybe we'll just wear it out here. Grab this health back over here. So I'm just kind of waiting out for my team right now. Just kind of harassing your team. So this one's down. Mercy will probably go for res, hopefully. She does. She's down, however. So I'm able to just harass their backline support. And then we can just focus on the big targets. Big targets like this are just down. Just like that, that's how you actually defend the Tracer. Their Junkrat did have a really good play here with their bomb. The Tiger's able to climb up walls and just do major damage. And here, I mean, both of our support and tank were on the payload. But I was able to pull off 60% of the team's kills. It's really nice. The enemy team played well. And with that, I will show you one more.
I am at no health, but I have all the shield in the world.
So the different kinds of
Dude,
damage there are in the game are vary. So you have your, what would be hit scan. So that would be characters like Ashe, Cass, Soldier 76, and then compared to your very close-up and personal characters like Tracer, Symmetra, Mei, but some characters can actually vary. So although Doomfist may be close range, high-level gameplay, you can see them actually able to take down Ferris. It's crazy how they do it. But then you have other characters who are mostly long range that are like Hanzo, Widowmaker, and like Ashe again. And those characters provide high damage with a high risk of, well, aiming. Different types of roles for this game. Not necessarily roles, but there are different types of comps. There is stuff like Dive, where although characters like Winston are not a main tank, he's good for diving in just like Tracer on the back lines or just disrupting the enemy team. However, compared to main tanks like Reinhardt, he is very straightforward and protects the team very well as they push into a main point. And then there are your very kind of mid tanks where they are kind of a little bit of both, compared to like characters like D.Va, where her defense matrix can take out practically anything in the game. If it's a projectile, it'll take it out. So she gives that defense capability for the team, but also gives that offense maneuver with her D.Va boosters, her ultimate, with that being a bomb that does several hundred damage. And then for supports, there are different kinds of supports in the game. There's obviously your main healer and your off healer. And main healers like Mercy, very simplistic to play. She's able to just kind of hide behind her team, get that speed around. But then you also have your off healers, kind of like Zenyatta here, who don't give as much healing. However, he has the damage capabilities to add a little bit more to your team. So he just is a really good character right now with his Discord Orb and practically everyone focusing on one person. But also his Transcendence is very, very helpful right now. And then one major character that I would have to talk about is Baptiste. His support capability is insane with his regenerative burst, immortality that literally does not let allies die. And then his actual gun can work as a hit scan or a splash healing. So that is just insane. And then on top of this, his passive just allows him to get high ground pretty easily. And then his ultimate is really supportive. However, it can work better by himself sometimes because anything shot through it is practically doubled. And then one character I will have to talk about here is both Echo and Pharah, because these two, they're basically your flying characters of the game. They fly upward and they kind of barrage you with high damaging rockets. And they're very disruptive characters, especially Pharah here. Her main ability is the Compressive Blast, and that just spaces people out. Havana, looks like we joined mid-game, however that shouldn't be a problem. So it looks like the game just started. Havana is still just like Junkertown. It is a payload map. The choke points here are pretty strong. So we're able to catch this ball here, hopefully. low, but I can just call back. So this is the problem with big tanks, and we were able to get what's up with him. So, kind of low here. So we're just getting a support for our main healer, Moira, who's able to throw things around. That is Hondo's Dragon ult. Want to be out of the way from that. So we're just kind of taking out everyone here, because I think we're cleaning it up. So Tracer's able to get quick and easy kills like that. And dangerous situations like that where you have to recall. And so moments like this, we are able to combine ults like Ryan's Heart Shatter and my Pulse Bomb. And so when big tanks like this are left alone, however now they've just regrouped, and now we're just kind of waiting. Suck it onto him. He's now very low. We're able to hopefully finish him off. It looks like the enemy Mercy popped her Valk. Try and avoid this. Ooh. However, it does seem like they have a Torbjorn now. So we are check out the back up here a little bit. Able to quickly take out that Torbjorn. This is very close with my life there. So now we kind of have to play a very hard defensive because his turret is right around the corner. And I'm able to just fend off our supports from this ball. However, I am almost just as fast as him, and we can kind of shuffle some Mercy. Yep, there we go. I missed my pulse on there still. And that's how quickly Tracer dies. Everyone quickly just turned around. They will just quickly pick me out. So I do want to show off this character, Sombra, a very stealth-like character who's just able to disrupt and disable the enemy team. So she's able to kind of provide for herself. So to just kind of, you can play her main front like this. However, you can disrupt enemies like Lucio, prevent him from using his actual, pretty much his entire kit. So like this, we're waiting on the ball, we can hack him out of his heal, and so now he's practically useless and cleaned up. And so that ability I just used was her translocator, practically a teleporter. And so we can disrupt, obviously like the main thing like here, so he can no longer use his shield. So here we're going to kind of around the payload. So we kind of hack him again. So right now I can tell that he has his Gravitic Flux. Able to take him out. So you can tell he's coming in, punch him with the hack. So we're kind of doing the same thing over and over here. Do a bigger hack with her ultimate called EMP. Back up here a little bit. Now it's just kind of us holding it down. So we're going to hack the ball just in case it tries to run away. So Sombra has this ability where she can see lower HP heroes. It really helps her go through and clean up. So we can just hack this ball, and he's down, and he cannot stall like that anymore. So that is the power of Sombra, is that she's just able to quickly shut down things. With that is 2 very successful quick play games of 3 heroes. Our Reinhardt did have very good shatters. I do give props to him. He did miss the shatter there, however. However, with the help of our team, he was able to push in. Nice, very clean 3K. I do have to give it up to our Moira for very good healing. And with that, I would like to conclude. So today I got to show you a few characters and how they played, and I did appreciate showing you guys how, you know, some characters work, and, you know, some characters like Sombra completely counter the ball.